but there are.
Hello and good evening and welcome to Livestream episode 17. It's been so many years we've been doing this, and apparently I'm starting to get a hang of it. I hopefully think I started speaking exactly at the same time as the stream started streaming. You can participate on Zoom as always. Many of you know this already, but I will just tell you how it works. I will post a link to Zoom in the comments in a second. You click this link and you open Zoom, and you can participate with your camera here on screen in the different screens during the performance. You will show up like Natalia is the first person on Zoom already in the background. I will post a link to this shortly. There you go. And hello, Harald. Oh, guten Abend. Wie geht's? It's so schlechtes Unwetter in Berlin heute. Ich war kurz bevor Radfahren. Das war vielleicht du auch. I just said in German, it's such a shitty weather in Berlin, and I know that Harald is biking. I was almost biking just a few hours before and like drenched. Denom, hello my friend. How are you? Thank you for all your lovely YouTube comments. And hello to Atle. Woohoo! How is Trondheim? Do you have the same shitty weather in Trondheim as we have here? Yeah, it's been a long time since I saw you around these hoods.
All I'm getting is temporal censorship from her jump. Scan captain.
Temporal censorship mean? It means we can't see where we've been or where we're going to.
I just posted another link to Zoom in the comments. In case you watch this as a recording, that could help explain why it only works when this is live. So if you're watching this as a recording in non-real time, it doesn't work, of course. And also, the concert starts in about 28 minutes or so. At first we hang out and warm up. If you watch this as a recording, there will be links to each song in the concert part below. You can click directly there.
Traveling in time.
What's that?
What do you believe?
You know me, I believe everything. What's that?
What do you believe?
You know me, I believe everything.
You change the past. You change the past. I know you can't change the past. It catches up with us. We change.
Jan, good evening. Ahoy from Prague. Good evening, Prague. How is everything done by you guys? Lars, hello, Norway. Henning, hello. And I can also see Henning has showed up here on the Zoom screen. And Crystal, hello. Irinsu, hello, good evening, and welcome to the live stream. I'm just pushing small buttons here and there. Of course, there's always stuff I forgot. I think I forgot to put the donation information in the video. I just updated the video description. Oh wow, it looks like it updated in real time. Well, that's that taken care of. I will try one thing for tonight. Tonight is a bit of experimental live stream, or it's quite as usual, but I will try a few things and I would be happy to hear your comments on it. One of the things I will try throughout this evening is to always have background music in the background. What's playing right now is recordings from previous live streams. So when I remember it, that will keep running between the songs. Do please, if you think that this is too much, just write in the comments that you missed the silence or whatever. Because sometimes when I rewatch the streams the next day, I'm like, it would be okay if there was music between the songs. So for the warm up, there are 30 minutes of background music, and then during the concert part, there's 4 minutes of music, 1 minute of talking, 4 minutes of music, 1 minute of talking. So I'm just wondering if I should put background music under those minutes. Do please let me know if you think that works or not. I'm guessing if nobody says anything, it works. If lots of people say, stop the endless music, then I have an answer. And Tor has also joined us, and Lars has also joined us on Zoom. I can go to the pilot deck where it's easier to see everybody. Kaspar Martinsen, hello, good evening, good to see you. Are you out flying again? I've been surprisingly flying a lot. Like I thought, oh, pandemic, I will never fly anywhere, but I've been flying quite a lot through this pandemic. Mikkel, hello, I've been looking forward to this also. I just saw that there's a fantastic exhibition in Denmark I want to go see. No, I forgot the name of it, but there's like a contemporary art exhibition in Copenhagen that I was thinking of if I ever are in those neck of woods to check it out. Like a huge contemporary art exhibition just outside of Copenhagen, or maybe inside. It looked like it was at the docks or something. Oh, so what I'm gonna be showing you in the introduction, I will talk a little bit about the songs I will perform tonight and how the graphics are made from them to make it more efficient when I'm performing. I will skip the explanation of how the videos are made during the concert part, and I will show you now how I'm doing that. For that, I will have to go to a separate screen here, and I will take off the comments for a second. So here you see the green screen behind me, and also you see the artwork of Piranesi. This is for one of the songs I will perform tonight. Is a new track, and it uses I was fascinated by this book by Susanna Clark, Piranesi. I was already quite in love with the artist. Piranesi is an Italian Baroque, or I would say Baroque engraver. He made all of these fantastic etchings of fantastic prisons. The name of this series is called Prisons, and it's just endless architecture of kind of gloomy dungeons that keep running forever. There's never any sky, and the book uses this kind of a similar kind of world, but it's an alternative reality where somebody's stuck. I'm not going to spoil it in case you want to read it, but it's like a Piranesi artwork with oceans. Every room in this huge reality it's kind of Borgesian, and there are oceans. So I was trying to train an AI to make those kind of artworks, and here you see, like, this is a Piranesi drawing. And here's what the AI came up with when I told it, like, make a dungeon, an under-earth dungeon in the style of Piranesi. Here is another example of what the AI came up with. And then I started experimenting further with putting oceans and stairs. I can't remember the exact wording I used for the AI here, but like green dramatic waves in endless stairs or something like that. And then I tune the AI and my descriptions of what to create over and over. I iterate and come up with new instructions for it. And here you see it's starting to approach something. Here is an experiment more working on the waves and creating more dramatic waves. And here I start kind of finding something that works with both water inside of a cavern with the kind of huge cathedral-ish structures of Piranesi. And here we are even closer. I'm not super happy about where it is right now. You will see this when I perform the song later. And we can talk about it next time. Like, it's a work in progress. I'm showing you this because I'm not happy with it yet, but I'm telling you a bit of my process, and you will see later the song and the visuals, how it all work together. So I'm gonna check in with the comments. Oh yes, it's stormy everywhere. And nice weather in Norway. Wow. Lars asks, what is this song called? This is at the moment playing I forgot. Tentacle Lullaby. Thank you, Mikkel. Hello, Stig. Good evening. Marius, good evening. I have no plans at the moment for live shows. I am doing these live streams for a bit of time. Let's see how the pandemic runs and if it makes sense to do live streams. And then I'm working on an album that should be out in May. Not as an album, I will release singles, like last time. But it should wrap up as an album in May. And after that, I will start to look for dates in the autumn. So I think there won't be a concert anywhere before after next summer. That could quickly change, of course, but that's the plan right now. Here's another thing I've been working on. I will show you a bit more about this later. I'm fascinated with lichen and moss and stuff like that. So here I'm working in a completely different direction, creating kind of lichen-based creatures in a Faerytale forest. And I feel like I got a bit better success with these kinds of processes than the Piranesi work. You will see this also in one of the tracks coming up later. Here's just a third example of that and how I tune the different things, the parameters, not the parameters really, you just describe to the AI what you want it to do and you remove things by words. You describe it like make a painting that looks like a lichen monster in a dramatic forest with like a screensaver background, and you can push it in different directions, stuff like that. It's super fun work, but it takes a while. Like every of these animations takes around 10 to 15 minutes to generate. Oh, Henning is taking the ferry to Kiel. Oh dear. It's really dramatic weather here in central Germany. I couldn't tell which way the wind was blowing. It felt like it was blowing in all directions at the same time, or at least against me when I was biking. I hope it's not blowing towards what's the name of this ocean in English? Kattegat, Skagerrak. What's the name of that ocean? Ostsee in Deutsch? Eastern Ocean? Like yesterday we did a rehearsal, and does anybody know what is the English expression of the Norwegian kroken på døren? Like the hook on the door. Is there an English expression same for this? Oh god, are you going to Tokyo tomorrow, Casper? That is fantastic! Woohoo! Oh, I'm so envious. Oh, do you... And what happens? Because we were considering going to Japan for Christmas, but we won't get in because of vaccination. They haven't opened up yet. So, but I guess if you're crew, do you have like an airport hotel or something? Yeah, Chim Chim Cherry, thank you. The eyes are super creepy of those AIs. Like, what the AIs really cannot do faces or eyes or anything. It just goes so creepy, but that is perfect. That is why I love it. It's like a nightmare fuel, and I'm like, oh, you're so cute. I wanna pet you. But here's the thing where the AI is a bit better. This is an experiment that I've been working on that I won't show you tonight. Like, it's not in any way ready to be shown. Maybe next time. Here I'm working on creating sad, sweet, cute robots in empty suburban houses. It's kind of inspired by Simon Stålenhag, and what's the name of that book? He has these amazing paintings, and here I'm trying to make the AI generate kind of similar landscapes and these kind of lost robots. Somebody made a TV series based on his work, which I completely lost all words tonight. It's a good thing that it's music and not words I'm working with. But I love how it's kind of here. I can't remember my description of these. Like, it's a lot of work with words, getting the AI to create what I want. And here you see it's made these kind of nuclear power plants in the background that I did not intend for it. But then, oh, that's a good idea, AI. Then I keep working on that. I don't have, this doesn't show it, but that's how it's fun to work with these machines that kind of, they have a bit of a mind on their own, and sometimes they come up with like the tiny thing in the front there. If I take off the comment, Shagla, Veiarbeid Shagla. What is that in English? Like, I didn't think about that, but that's a great thing. And look, it's the hat of the other robot. Stuff like this. And here's another one. So that's just a process of showing you the different, the process of creating the AI that you see in the background of some of the tracks I will perform tonight. David, hello, Stockholm. How is everything in Sweden? I had so much fun last time I was there. And thank you for your compliment on the backgrounds. Turatla, I am currently subscribed to Google Colab, so I'm renting server processing power in Google's data center, and I think it's 45 euros a month for high tier. Like, there's a cheap version at 9 euros, and then there's the expensive one at 45 euros, where you are guaranteed to get the server time you want when you want it. It also doesn't time out, which is a good thing with these processes, since it takes 10 minutes to render each of these backgrounds. I sometimes forget that I'm working on it because I do something else in the meantime. And on the lower tier, you're then kicked out of the system and you have to kind of compile the whole system anew. And this takes like another 10-15 minutes. So it's worth it for me. Thank you, Kasper. Of course, yeah, that makes sense. Like, somebody has to fly the plane and fly it back again, so there need to be systems in place for that. Hello, Per Molin. Cool to see you here, and happy to have your first show. Alfonso, hola, I'm great. How are you? Kasper, I really like Tokyo, but Osaka is my favorite city in Japan by far. I also like Fukuoka quite a lot, but I've only been there a few days, and I really want to go back and visit that much more. Yeah, have a fun in Tokyo Cosplay. Please think of us poor, starving Europeans not able to go to Asia for ages. So I'm curious about everybody. How are you guys? And I know that Norway is kind of finished with the pandemic, and for me that works a lot in Scandinavia, and a lot of my business or my networks it's spread all over Northern Europe. So that part of my life is kind of operational again, which means I have less time to work on live streams. Previously I could work the full month for a live stream each month. Now I have to balance this with getting back into commissions and film work and planning stuff. It's okay, but I'm curious, what is it like for all of you? Do you guys feel like you're back in some kind of reality, or are you still stuck in the depth of a pandemic with only staying at home? Funny, Chris. Hello, Donald. I wonder if I actually have a picture of your dinner table. I might be mixing some names and pictures, but from the living rooms, I remember there is a picture. Somebody English speaking sent me a picture. It might not have been you, but at least I'm picturing somebody's dinner table. Where's the disco room? Oh, there is a disco room on Zoom. Do we have a better screen? No, I think all of them. Maybe this one. Another question I have for you guys is, do you miss... You are on YouTube. Do you miss that I was previously streaming to Facebook and Twitter and Twitch? I did an experiment, or that was costly. That cost me 40 euros per stream to do it. At some point I kind of like, most people are on YouTube, so I'm gonna try this season for this autumn to only stream on YouTube and see, like, do I just completely lose the people on Facebook, Twitch and Twitter? Or are you here now? Did you previously watch on Facebook and are now watching on YouTube? Or, I mean, or are you not watching? Like, I guess I have my answer. You are watching. Like, I have so many stupid questions. That's true. The table with the ketchup bottle on, right? Yeah, Chim Chim Cherry, I agree. I liked a lot of the stuff in the pandemic, and I hope lots of it will stay. Particularly the lines in supermarkets and airports and stuff. Everything is much more organized, and there's no more jostling for space. And like, there's 1.5 meters Abstand bitte. I really like this, and people are more polite and like, how are you? Is everything okay? It's like it mostly shitty, but the nice parts were very nice. I'd like to keep the nice parts. Yeah, I've been starting to... Thank you, Chris, for the update. I've also started going to art exhibits and museums. I saw 2 fantastic installations here in Berlin. That was really great. I'm okay wearing a mask doing it because I prefer to watch art alone, so I'm not blah, 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 talking about it. But I think if you were doing stuff like that together with somebody, it's not a social thing. It's more of a cultural... I absorb the artworks and engage in conversation. But I think the conversation parts I do miss a lot, and I'm not worried, but kind of like, I hope it's not another winter with just me and this studio for 6 months. Oh, June! Yeah, we should talk about June, but we shouldn't spoil it. I've seen it. What did you guys think? I was like, that that was a nice artwork. Like, I really love Villeneuve's style. I'm gonna call him Dennis because I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Dennis, I love his visual style and directing style. That was really great. But I felt like this is another young male hero. And lots of people fighting, men running after men being men. It's like, oh god. I know it has to be the book. The book was written in the 60s, so this is what you get. But I enjoyed the cinema visit. I had great fun in the cinema, and I would totally go to the cinema and see part 2. Marilyn, hello. Brazil, woo, cool. Very good. Yeah, I agree. I would love to see the next one, see how it pans out. Whoa, 5 minutes until starting. I'm gonna go and get a refill for my drinks. I will be back in a minute. Thank you, Marilyn. That's very touching. I think that's the first time I get a compliment from Brazil. I return the compliment. Your country is beautiful. I would totally love to go visit. As a child, I was super fascinated with Brazil, particularly because of football. Like, I was cheering for Brazil all of my childhood. I still do. I love the way they were playing football in the 80s and the 90s. I don't know how they're playing right now because I don't have time to pay attention. But Brazil, go Brazil! Oh yeah, we should talk about the David Lynch movie, the David Lynch Dune. That was fantastic. I love it. It's so theatrical, over the top. I love that madness. I agree with Chris. It's better than most people are flacking it. I really loved it. And there's also the Jodorowsky's Dune. It's just a documentary about his vision for the movie, but it's still mad as beep. Alright, 2 minutes until we start. I'm gonna check that everything is operational. Okay. Miss Bishkin, hello, good evening, and welcome to my live stream. I will be starting in a minute. And if you just joined, I just posted a link to Zoom in the comments. That's a way for you to join with your webcam here with everybody on the screen. Oh, Alfonso, hey, I can see you on the webcam now. And as you know, I will try to connect with the comments during the concert part that starts now. But if I don't manage to reply to your comment in real time here throughout the evening, I will see you tomorrow, because I see through the recording tomorrow and I have so much fun seeing all of your comments. And if something needs a reply, I reply to it next time, like tonight, or I answer you. No, on YouTube I can't. Previously on Facebook I could reply later. But anyway, know that I see everything and I appreciate everything a lot. Here we go. It's just 10 seconds.
It's over. Scavenger, take power. Utopia, dystopia, atropia, utopia. Only these ghosts can enhance the future. It's over. Scavenger, take power. Utopia, dystopia, atrophia, entopia. Only these ghosts can enhance your food. It's over. Scavenger, take power.
Thank you so much and welcome to Ugress TV episode 17. And that was the theme song from 1988. Tonight there will be a few experiments, like it's gonna be a bit of an experimental episode with I'm gonna expand into different artist projects. There will be a track from 1995. I will play some of the stuff I did before Ugress. I will try to engage a bit more with the comments between songs, because sometimes I lose like a really great comment or question that will be great to answer in real time. So that's on me to try to look at the comments a bit more. And I will show you a report from my trip to Oslo and Billund. But of course, you know, it's a release party. Choo! Today I released Spider-Man in 2 super old versions, and one of them never heard before. I'm not gonna play Spider-Man live tonight because I did it last time and I recorded a video of that, so I'm gonna release the video of that tomorrow. And if you want to see it live, you can watch the previous live stream immediately after this one. I will move on to the first track of tonight, which is Autumn Colors from 2002. Thank you so much. That was Autumn Colors from my debut album Resound back in 2002. Look at me being a good schoolboy checking in with the comments. Looks like the Dover mountain range. That is correct. Very good to Atle. 10 points to Trondheim. I was actually in the Norwegian mountains when I was at Bilam. I will show you this in a second. Later I will show you a short video from my trip to Norway and explain how I made this video. I also thank you, Chris. It's in my notes from from last night. I wrote in my notes, my skin is yellow. And I haven't that time. I'm like, okay, I will look at it later. So moving on to the next song. It's from 1995 and it's not Ugress, it's Gnosis or Gnosis was my demo scene handle. I will play the song and then I will show you how it's made. And I show you the AI stuff here in the beginning. Chick, chick. Thank you. That was Faerytale by Gnosis from 1995. And thank you for... Oh wow, tons of comments about Amiga. I see just Amiga. This was made on a PC, I think. I'm gonna put that a little bit bigger and go next. Look at this. Oh, let's go full. That is me in 1995. Oh my god, it's so embarrassing. Let's put it back small. So look at me now. I'm much cooler. Look at all the computers and stuff, and I have computers crashing and stuff, and I have my own Taurus garden and stuff. But yeah, back then I was that was me. And this song is made in Scream Tracker 3. I couldn't find a screenshot of Scream Tracker 3 that looked sensible. Here is Fast Tracker that I worked on after. It looks like this. So this is how I made music in the 90s with a tracker going up and down. And this is Voyage by Gnosis from 1996. And Faerytale was made a year before in 1995. Pew! Now I'm gonna move on to reading the comments. Yes, Gnosis was a great inspiration. I love their games, so clearly that's where I got my handle from. So many cool comments. I will read all of them tomorrow. For now, I'm gonna move on to like a Petal, but not really. And that is turn off the comments and stuff. Now I'm back in the AI stuff I showed you at the start of the stream. Here is what it looks like when I'm inserting myself and some friends that is inspired by the book. This is a new song, it's a sketch, it's a work in progress. Thank you so much. So that's one of the tracks I would define as work in progress, and what I would put into the bucket of experiments for tonight. I'm not super happy about this track, and not super about the graphics either, but this is one of the things I would like to maybe shift live streams more into, like testing new stuff that aren't perfect yet, or perfect in my head. So I'm just try it in front of an audience and see how it goes. I feel like this track, it's a bit undefined, it doesn't really have itself yet. And the same with the graphics, they're like going somewhere but hasn't really like I think Faerytale works better visually, and like the track is 20 years, 30, 50, 100 years old. But this feels like a bit not quite there yet. I showed you in the beginning how this was inspired by Piranesi, and this make it full, the Piranesi artworks. If you find it interesting and haven't seen it yet, there's a part in the introduction where I show you how I work with the artificial intelligence systems for creating the backgrounds. Moving on to a track that was from 2016. This is Big Trouble in Neural Bubble, and I will do that, like Neural Bubble is here, so I will do this track in the cybership. Thank you. That was Big Trouble in Norway Bubble. And that's also what I would call an experiment. I came up with the idea when I was in Norway a few weeks ago, like, oh, I should do Big Trouble in Norway Bubble. And I have lots of ideas for how I'm going to do it. And then like all of the things I tried, like, no. In the end, like, okay, I'm just gonna do it, and I will do it in the cyber shape. So I haven't made specific visuals for it. I just wanted to try it first, like, how is it to perform this song live? But now I've done it. I will review and assess tomorrow, watching my own notes. So, for the next segment, I will quickly show you my trip to Oslo and how some of these videos you saw today were shown. So I went to Oslo for Bilom. That's a music industry festival. That was 2-3 weeks ago. That was really great to go to Oslo. Here I am entering the festival area late at night, and I saw a ton of concerts on the first night. So I was very hungover the next day. This is me, very hungover. And this is the stage in a second. Here you see Vulkan. It's a concert hall in Oslo, Vulkan Arena. And here I'm at the venue where we were having the talk. I'm walking towards the stage where I was having a presentation with Michelle and Shasti. We are setting up stuff. I was talking about how I'm using data and algorithms and modern technology to kind of survive the music industry. And here I'm having my presentation. So that's what I did for the beginning of this month. After this presentation, I headed out into the mountains with this train. And this is the train I used to film the scenes. Here you see I'm heading into the mountains, Dovre Mountains. This is the Trondheim line. And here you see the background. So I was just holding my camera up out of the window and filming all of these scenes. Here's Hjerkinn station where I departed. The train speeds off and I'm alone in the mountains. And I went into the mountain plateau. Hello!
That was such a brilliant man.
And here you see the view. And the reason I went up here was the train was one idea, but this is what I'm doing up here. I'm filming this stuff, Lishan and Moss, as you saw earlier. I'm working on a new project with that. And here I found a hytte where I'm taking a quick break. And at the end, I found a rainbow before going back with the train. That was a fantastic trip. I could show you some more of the Lishan and stuff, but I'm gonna be a bit more saving the surprises for later. It's still a work in progress. And this is how the first train video was made and how the second, Lishan and Moss, kind of, it's all in my head right now. There the video started looping. Lower right. So that's just partly to explain why, for example, Big Trouble in Norway Bubble did not have graphics. And also, this explains why there is no Jim Bates, there is no Snowdrop, or there's no Network 22 News, because I have way less time to work on the live streams now. This is a bit sad because I really enjoy that work, but the real life is taking some of my time. I guess it's the same for you guys, and I'm a little bit happy about like being back. I wish I could announce a big tour that I'm doing in a different part of the world already in November, but I haven't signed a contract yet, so I can't really tell you. I hope to be able to say this within a week or so, but that means that November I will be away for 14 days in a different part of the planet, and I need to find a way how to balance everything up ahead. Thank you, Donald. I also think that experiments is often just as interesting to see like how are you thinking about this, and it's the same with me. I love seeing artworks in process. But now it's October, and the next song is Witch Parade Assassin. That is a very interesting track. I will perform this in a Halloween setting. And check this out. Whenever I hit this button, or whenever the ads on these TVs, there are lots of TV screens in this song. And now I'm click, 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 click. It's just random ads from the 80s, Halloween ads. And I know from rehearsal yesterday, I shouldn't click this button too much because then the computer will crash, but I will click it a few more times. Click, click, click. So the ads are random, the backgrounds are various Halloween backgrounds. Here is Witch Parade Assassin. Thank you. And there I transitioned straight into ominous music playing from 2018. So transition, and it was very nice with the final. I was like not happy with the final ad there, and I clicked just a random ad and MTV Halloween special. Perfect 80s nonsense. Thank you for your applause, everybody. We're partly almost at the final track. I'll just check in with your comments. The wind is in time with the music. Thank you, Donald. It's just by coincidence, but I saw it the same. We did a rehearsal last night. I'm like, wow, the wind is actually synced to the music. Thank you, Tormod Bomeland, for a lovely compliment on grooviness. And oh wow, hey everybody, thank you so much for all your thanks and comments and stuff. It's scrolling past me here now. So I'm gonna move on to just quickly, you know, I'm at the next to last, I'm at the last song now. The next song is the last one. I'm just quickly gonna recap ways to support artists. The next best way to support me is by direct donation. Under the video here, there's links to Vips and PayPal support, where you can donate directly. I appreciate it so much, and this is one of the ways I'm surviving right now. The best way to support me is by signing up for my Patreon. If you like these live streams and you watch every time and you donate every time, maybe a better way is to actually support me by a monthly subscription, because that helps me to plan ahead. And like when enough people subscribe for my monthly work, I could do these live streams forever. At the moment, we're 60 people and the goal is to reach 100. What you get by being a Patreon supporter is lots of extra stuff that are not available publicly. Like you get the Spider-Man release a week ago. There's the video you just saw. You could get a 6-minute version instead of the 3-minute version I just showed you here. Sketches for the next album and blah blah blah. There's also merchandise. Look at this lovely, completely useless Snowdrop product because I can't continue that storyline. But of course, you can get t-shirts and look as cool as, look at Natalia. Shh, there, she is a supermodel with Ugress merchandise. You can look that cool next time on cam. So, then we are at the last track for this night, and that is Luftslott from 2012, which I will have to perform in virtual reality for you guys.
it's over.